Tihei Mauri ora. There's a song description for the song Tihei Mauri ora. You know, I may as well just keep putting these songs out to be the closure, because that first album was like, well, first of the two that I wrote during my healing process was like really closing the chapter and not just speaking my mind about things that I had confronted people about multiple times, but also like in a way that was looking back with more knowledge, because it's, you know, when you're in a certain environment, toxic environment, it's not until you've separated yourself from it that you can see just how toxic it was. But I knew it was bad enough in order to, you know. And part two is more like 2021 and even some aspects of 2022. And then from then on in, when I'm in a band, because that's what I want to do, you know. That's what I want to do for fun, you know. And if it goes up to just being more than being fun, like making a full-time job, then yeah. But reality is, you know. So, and then when we do that, it's just going to be what I'm at the moment, you know. Because I always believed in putting the mask on yourself to heal yourself, and once you've got things into a habit, and you know it's a habit when you can do it, like if you find yourself in a situation, it's the things that you do without even thinking about doing it, like it just comes, you don't have to pause and think about it, that works in every situation. Is, you know, and it works in every situation, that's when you know that you've got the answer. And it's come to a point where it's like you don't even, you know, okay, I'm dealing with this situation, boom. Like you just do it automatically, and it's a part of your lifestyle. You do it automatically, and it's been that way for a while, for quite some time. You know what I mean? Now you can operate out of that. And the reason why I thought I'd just leave it to 2 years ahead, so 2 years ahead of it, is because I like to help people and all this type of stuff, and this is true. But the fact of the matter is, there's also enemies that'll be watching this, or people who just, you know, being nosy. But I suppose that makes it an enemy too. But, you know, they could be being nosy and then, actually I like this guy, or they could be like just wondering, you know. But there's clear-cut enemies watching this too, because I still get it. On a weekly basis or a fortnightly basis, people bringing up things about and I hadn't even met these people before, or I had, but I never spoke about it to them, and they brought it up in person. Now some of them were just asking questions, and I like those conversations, you know, things that I said on here that I hadn't said to them. Because I've always been open-minded, and I've always been an open book to those closest to me. But I was always quite reserved until I had, you know, spent some time with you. And basically I wanted to see what would happen to my life if I did the exact opposite. And yeah, well, hey mate, how's things? Yep, no problem. Well, psychologically and spiritually, it's the best part of my life. Well, it's because I cut off the toxin. But, yeah, Tihei Mauri, or meaning, let there be life. Basically what it is, you know, about the value of the fact that you exist. Right? Because no matter, I got to a phase where it was like, but here's the reason why I chose to keep drilling it into myself to the point where it became officially true without having to drill in to myself the need to be happy for when others are doing better than I am. It's because no matter how much I improved, no matter how much I worked on myself, there was just some people that were doing better than me when I was growing up and stuff, and they're treating me like trash. But, like, you know, they might be better at me at athletics or something, and then I'd work really, really hard. Hey bro, how are you? I'd work really, really hard to get up to their level. And if they were lazy, I would either catch up to them, or some cases, if they were lazy, meaning like they plateaued, I'd actually overtake them in abilities. But there was those who really tried to thrash in their supremacy over me, and I would bust my ass and work really hard and improve like heaps. But because they weren't lazy, I mean, not lazy, but like they didn't plateau, they maintained it, you know, they maintained being that far ahead. And, you know, there'll be like 4 or 5 different skills and stuff, and that would be the case with them. But then I always had people that I was doing way better than as well. Not that I talk down to them. My point is even those who become national or world champions at whatever it is, because those would be the only ones that doesn't have someone that's better than them in what they're doing. But even then, they only last a few months. And if they are like operating on like 3rd tier God level, well, you know, superhuman, they might be number 1 in the world at what they do for 5 years. That still means there's about, well, if they live as long as your average person, I aim to live longer. Yeah, there's about 75 years where they got people better than them. How can you live a life? How can you have that mentality where you can't be happy for someone doing better than you and enjoy your life? That doesn't mean that you throw in the towel, you know? Anyway, Tihei Mauri order, let there be life, and, you know, holistic well-being as well, you know, and it's good to just respect all forms of life. I fall a bit short when it comes to eating meat because I went out without meat for 2 months, and then I couldn't even do half the amount of physical work as I was doing, so, oh well. Okay guys.